going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, and we are back with another video. And in this video is going to be a response to Truth As I Know It. Shout out to the brother Truth As I Know It. And it's a response to his video in response to the Grinch Gods video on why the Black Manosphere won't engage the YouTube Manosphere. And this is my response, Truth. Shout out to you, brother. My thing is this. As you know, here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV, I promote and enforce agency amongst Black men. Agency is the first issue that Black men have, the first and most important issue that Black men needs to solve. It is the lack of agency between Black men, not the lack of agency that we have in society with other people. See, because we have to understand that agency was established for the people who established it. You see? So Black men, we must establish a level of agency for ourselves. You see? And this is what we're not focused on. Black men as a whole, we're not focused on our issues. And what we like to do is we constantly look for a helping hand, a loan, some type of help from other groups of men, because for some reason, Black men won't just get their shit together as Black men and come together and provide agency for one another like other groups of men have done. See, instead of us looking at the term of pulling ourselves up by the bootstraps as some shit to go and to work and to build for another group of people, we need to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and get our shit together as Black men as a group. Because that is the only way things are going to change in society. That is the only way our image is going to change. That is the only way our financial situations are going to change. It all starts with agency. And this is what the white manosphere has. They have agency. Not only do they have it, they enforce it and they express it. This is what led guys like Donovan Sharp and guys like Coach Greg Adams to the white manosphere. This is what lead a lot of guys that way, and they're apprehensive to deal with the Black manosphere because the Black manosphere don't have any agency. Because you know what agency denotes? Agency amongst Black men, or agency amongst men in general, denotes structure. It denotes that this is an organization. These men are organized. So I'm actually joining something that's functional and that will benefit me. See, Black men haven't found or saw the benefit yet in us having agency for ourselves. But all we have to do is look at what these other groups of men have. And we can have the same shit. We can have the same things. This has been proven throughout history that when Black men come together, The black community is together and the black community is fixed. This is how we had Black Wall Street. This is how we had the black affluence that we've had, is because black men decided to work together. Black men understood the importance of agency because those men then went out in society, right? And went into different areas of activity and opened doors for other black men. And this is how black men were able to create more things, not just create opportunity, but create more products and create more services, which created jobs, which then in turn made the lives of our women easier, which then created more intelligent and more affluent children. And this is why we looked up to the people that we looked up to in Black history. You see? Why do you think Martin Luther King said what he said at the end? Why do you think he changed his whole perspective? Because he realized that, damn, I should have been focused on promoting the agency amongst black men instead of us trying to integrate. I should have put all of this energy in mobilizing black men to love each other, to build with one another. I should have came and went to Brother Malcolm and took some of his message, which was do for self. So we don't have to go to no white man. We don't have to go to no Spanish man. We don't have to go to no Asian man for agency. What is agency? Opportunity, job opportunities, housing, health care. See, we wouldn't have to go to other groups of people for these things if us as black men was to get off our fucking high horses, cut the $5 elitism out, and deal with each other and build with each other. Because that's what all the other groups of men have done. You see? And this is why we wouldn't, if we was to do this, Truth, my brother Truth as I know it, we wouldn't have to go to the white manosphere for anything. We wouldn't have to go to them for anything. Because what a lot of these guys in the black manosphere want, especially guys like Grinch and those other black pill guys, they're looking for white male acceptance. This is why they're more hell-bent on what they're doing and what they're thinking about us instead of us focusing on what we're doing and how we're thinking for ourselves. And this is the problem. We're looking for other men to engage with us and to deal with us and to do business with us when we haven't mastered those arts on our own. This is why other men will rather treat us like slaves and turn us into their workers, because we haven't worked out the bullshit amongst ourselves. So they're like, listen, I'm not going to interface with these black men on a certain level because I don't want to deal with their bullshit. They're coming with their own bullshit, trying to drop it off on our step, trying to integrate their problems with ours. See, other groups of men, they're not going to allow that. This is what Grinch doesn't understand. white men, Spanish men, Asian men, they're not going to allow black men to come in and to meddle in their shit and to muddy up their perspectives. They're not going to do that. Because those men exercise the 4 P's as well. They provide, protect, problem solve, and procreate as well. And the number one thing they protect their community and their shtick from is black men. Just like you said, Truth. They don't want us in there meddling all in their women. And they don't care. They don't want to hear our perspectives on our conditionings here. See, we should be speaking about these things amongst ourselves, not trying to go amongst other men and tell them, well, this is what we're going through in society. They don't care. They don't care. And they don't have to. All of that shit should matter to us. The lack of jobs, the persistent barriers to wealth, the lack of educational support, all of these things that plague black men, we should care about. We should not be running around crying about it to other men. We should not be looking for agency from other men, and we still haven't established our own as black men. Do you know that's what these other groups of men are afraid of? They're afraid of us unifying. They're not afraid of niggas trying to do anything with them. Because you know why? Because they're not going to allow that. That's the last thing they're going to have to worry about. The last thing they're going to have to worry about is some niggas trying to come in and move in on their operation, because they already built their shit to where, nigga, only thing you can do is work for me. You see? So we shouldn't be trying to engage the white manosphere. We need to clean up our shit and get used to engaging with one another about politics. I'm talking about the politics of black men, not Donald Trump's politics, not the president's politics, but the politics amongst us. Because until we get those affairs together, whoever's sitting up in that seat will never represent us the way we want them to, because we have to advocate for that. We have to lobby for that. But that takes what? Unification and organization. That takes agency, something that black men don't want to focus on enough. We want to think we can run to other men and get agency. See, that's rugged individualism. That's just a nigga trying to run so he can get some shelter. That's just a runaway nigga looking for somebody to open up their door and to let them in their house for some safety. That's all that is. That's all that is. Because see, if you're really trying to solve a problem for black men, that's going to take a collective of black men to do. Because it took a collective of white men to do it. It took a collective of Spanish men to do it. It took a collective men of Asian men to do what they wanted to do, to establish what they wanted to establish for their people here in America. It took a collective of them to do it, not an individual. The people who push rugged individualism and then crying about why they can't get no help from no other groups of men, they're looking for their own needs to be met. They're running around with self-interest, the individual self. You see? We're not looking for no white zaddy. That's what we're not doing. And that is what a lot of the black manosphere has been crying about now. They're looking for another savior. So now they want to cry out and say, "Oh well, why nobody care about us, and why we can't go over there and solve some of these issues that's going on?" What issues? You talking about feminism? What about the lack of black male agency? What about the persistent barriers to wealth? What about black men's poor health conditions? What about the lack of educational support? What about the high incarceration rates? What about the fatherless homes? Huh? What about these things that plague black men? Feminism is a white man problem, just like it was a white woman's problem. So if we're going to tell black women that they don't need to join the feminist movement, that they was co-opted into joining it to help white women, then why the fuck are we worried about it as black men when it's really there to hurt white men and to destroy and to bring down the white infrastructure that black men have only been slaves to? See, we need to worry about ourselves. We need to worry about, and we need to worry about establishing black male agency and understanding that we're our own agency, because that's what all the other groups of men understand. That's why they don't give a fuck about what you think, black man. They don't give a fuck about what we got going on. Only thing we can do for them is sign an application and work for them. You see? And this is the problem. We don't need to be looking to engage the white manosphere. We need to be looking to engage ourselves as black men in a functional way on a more consistent basis, because we're going to be the only ones to fix our problems as black men. Our problems as black men is not the world's problems. The world's problems is not black men's problems. We got to understand this and focus on our shit. Because when we start running around looking for other things to focus on, all that means to me is we looking for an scapegoat. We still running from the reality of what we really going through as black men and what we're faced with as black men and what's coming down the pipe in the future for black men. So we don't need to be engaging no white manosphere. We don't need to be engaged in no white manosphere. You know why? Because the white manosphere don't see black men's problem as theirs, because we're all men. Asian men don't see black men's problems as being a problem of theirs because they're men. We got to wake up, black men. Stop fucking trying to be a tag along. But then we turn around, oh, black women need to submit, but you want to be a tag along to some white man. Instead of standing on your own too and saying, this is our nation, this is what we're about, and y'all can do what y'all do over there. Get down in the comment section and let me know what y'all think of this video. Shout out to my man Truth as I know it, man. Hey, Truth, man, I hope you get down in the comment section and let me know what you think of the video. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to all of the visionaries, and I'm going to catch y'all on the next video. Peace.